We covered a lot of content throughout this module. Now it's time to also practice that. Attached to this lecture here, you'll find this starting setup. And there I already installed the React Router and React Router DOM packages for you. So by simply downloading this attached file, you got a project which is ready to go. In this project, you also find the instructions you can see on the page here. These are your assignment tasks, and I try to practice the core features you learned about in this module with you. Now, the first task I want you to solve is you should add some routes to load the users and courses components on different pages by entering URLs for the moment without adding links. Now you can see these components, courses and users, they are already added to the project here. So you don't need to add them. You already have some components here with some styles. So that's all working. Your task is to make sure that you add some routes and add the routing functionality so that you can load them. Pick any paths you want, like /users and /courses. You're totally free to set this up the way you want. Task number 2 then is to add some simple navigation with 2 links. So in the first task we didn't add links, now I want you to add some links. So simply set up some very simple navigation. Of course, feel free to style it, but this is not about the styling, it's about the functionality. So add these links, one leading to your users and one leading to your courses route. Score some bonus points by maybe even using links which get some active CSS class and assigning some active styling to them if you want. You learned about that in this module too. In the third task, you should then make the courses clickable, because in the courses component, there are some individual course components. So here in the courses component, you can see I render a list of articles, and these articles here, which output a single course, should be clickable. You'll learn different ways of making them clickable by using a link or programmatic routing. Feel free to choose either of the two or try out both. And when you click on one course, you should be navigated to that single course component. For now, render this course component in the place of courses, and you don't need to pass any data, any parameters for the moment. In the fourth task, this then changes, and you should pass the course ID to that single course page you load since task number 3. Also output the ID there. In task number 5, I want you to pass the course title to the courses page too. So not just the ID, but also the title. And you can pass it as a param too. In this module, I only showed you how to pass one param, but in the same way you pass one param, you can of course add more to a URL. You can even score some bonus points if you thereafter try to pass it as query params. Bonus points because I haven't shown you how to do that, because it actually isn't built into the React Router. You can easily pass query params as you saw, but extracting them is something you have to do manually. And you will need to Google how to extract query params from React Router to implement this. It is a bonus, it isn't required, but feel free to implement this. Task number 6 then requires you to load the course component as a nested component of courses. Thus far, we replaced courses with the course component. Now it should be loaded below at the bottom of the courses component. In task number 7, I then want you to add a 404 error page and render it for unknown routes. And in task number 8, I then want you to add a redirect route, which redirects all requests to, let's say, all-courses to /courses or whatever you used to load your courses page. These are your tasks, certainly challenging, but stuff we learned in this module. Now definitely try it on your own. Feel free to dig into that bonus part with the query params, and in the solution video, I will share my solution with you, of course.